What's up, Sassy Friends? It's your girl Sassy J, and welcome back to my channel, guys. Welcome back, guys. I'm trying to watch Love Island After Sun at the same time as recording this video, and I'm not gonna lie, they literally was just playing a game on there about who said what as Islanders, and I feel like they literally dropped Jess in it because they said who said this. It's like speaking to a wall. He constantly speaks in riddles. And obviously, I don't think Ayo knew that Jess said it about him. And obviously it was revealed that she said it about Ayo. I feel like that was sabotage. It's almost like they want to sabotage Ayo and Jess at this point. It's not good. It's giving sabotage, Love Island. Listen, it's giving sabotage. But anyways, guys, let's get into it. Before I get into tonight's video, I'm going to ask you guys to give the video a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe before you leave. Thank you. So, guys, at the beginning of the episode, we hear Nicole and Kieran talking. And obviously, Kieran was saying, you know, voting for Ayo was a really tough decision, but he felt like he made the right decision. Obviously, Nicole was saying to him, listen, if it makes you feel better, tell him it was me that made the decision, which I think was kind of like a selfless act. But Kieran was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to throw you under the bus like that. I feel like who did that one time? I think it was, what's her name? She did that to Anton, didn't she? I can't remember her name now, but I'll put it up here. I think in the Celebrity All Stars. But Kieran was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be honest. And obviously we see Kieran and Ayo having a conversation, and Kieran is apologizing and explaining why he actually made his decision. And was saying to Ayo, like, I really hope that we're okay, and I hope it does mess with the friendship. Ayo was like, you know, it's fine, it's cool. You know, I was just kind of like shocked because I needed the explanation and stuff. I can't remember word for word what he actually said, the reason why he voted for him, so I'm not going to say that. But if you guys do remember, comment down below and let me know. I do think that, you know, I was worried about the whole situation and how Ayo would take it, because I feel like Ayo and Kieran does have a really good bromance going on. And I think Nicole was even more worried about it because she was saying to Kieran, you know, I just don't want it to mess up the friendship that you have with Ayo. But Kieran was saying, listen, I don't think it will, because two of his boys that was in here previously voted for him, and also the guy that is in the situation, which is Josh, that should be more understanding about the situation, he also voted for Ayo. So, you know, it was good that they had their conversation and everything was squashed. Joey and Jessy was having a conversation, and Joey was like, I think that we're one of the most strongest couples in here. And I don't know where he got that from, but anyways, we move. So he was like, I think we're one of the most strongest couple in here, because at the end of the day, if the other couples were to go through half of what we went through, they would break. What did you go through? What did you go through? I just don't understand it. I don't get it. What did he go through, guys? Guys, comment down below, because I don't know what Joey went through. So I don't understand what would break, because the couples, Ayo and Jess, went through it. Mimi and Josh went through it. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't understand. Maybe he's talking about Matilda and Sean. But even then, they had their little hiccup at Casa Amor. So I don't understand what exactly did Joey go through. Do you know what I'm saying? Joey is just too much, and I'm so glad that he has been done. But you know what? We'll get to that bit in a minute. But anyways, guys, so the producers did the Islanders really, really dirty, because they told them to choose the two couples that they felt like was least compatible. But don't tell anyone who you voted for. And what did they do? They literally told every single Islander who voted for them. Now, that was savage. You know what I'm saying? In Jessica's own word, that was savage, because that's what she said when she realized that Mimi and Josh had voted for them. The one that shocked them the most was probably Joey and Jessy voted for Sean and Matilda. Even Matilda was like, wow, coming from Joey? And Sean was like, big bro. I feel like it really sunk in at that moment, because Sean has always put himself like on the line for Joey. And we hear where he was talking to Ayo and Jess, like after Joey left, saying, you know what? It was really hard for me, really shocking for me, because I've always literally had Joey's back. Even when there was occasion where I felt like, oh, actually, Joey, you're wrong, I still backed him up and I had his back. But to know that he did that to me, it was really, really tough. And he basically said to Ayo, because they asked, do you know why he did it? And he said literally that Joey has said that he felt like they were going to get most of the vote anyway, so he went with it. So Jessica was like, oh my God, so he really was playing a game. And obviously, I feel like Sean literally just basically said Joey was playing a game, even though we have to also kind of like wonder whether it's because he knows like Joey's gone now. And obviously because Joey's gone, he has to, you know, kind of drop his that kind of persona that he was playing for so long and be more nicer, or because obviously it's the final now, so obviously he has to show that he's changed, so people now are voting for him. I don't know, but I do genuinely believe like he was so shocked and never expected it for a second. Do you know what I'm saying? I do feel like it does show that Joey was playing a game, because Joey was so quick to throw Sean under the bus. There was just no hesitation. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, come on, even if your friend, you don't do that. I understand from Kieran's point of view, because Kieran did have a good reason, but at the same time, I feel like knowing how much Sean put his neck on the block, the chopping block, for Joey shouldn't have been so quickly to throw him under the bus. But anyways, guys, so the ex-Islanders came in and they had a lot to say, honey. They did not disappoint, okay? They did not disappoint. Now, obviously, the ex-Islanders, it was the powers in their hands to choose who they felt was the least compatible, guys. And I've written it down. Yes, you're going to have to bear with me. I've written it down. I'm going to try and read from it as much as I can, okay? So the first person to vote was Patsy, and I'm going to basically just say who voted for who, and then I'll give you the reasons afterwards. So I think Joey and Jessy got 7 votes out of the 13, but I'm just going to read off who voted for who, and then I'll share with you the decisions afterwards. So you had Patsy that voted for Jessy and Joey. You had Reuben that voted for Jessy and Joey. You have Samantha, no surprise there, voted for Joey and Jessy. You had Hugo that voted for Joey and Jessy. Manva voted for Joey and Jessy. Grace voted for Joey and Jessy. Sam voted for Joey and Jessy. That was the 7th. Now, so obviously, Patsy's reason was that she felt like Joey has a game plan, right? Plain and simple, Joey has a game plan from what she's seen. Hugo also felt like Joey is playing a game because he felt like Joey showed a lot of interest in Lola, judging from the conversation that they had. And his point was, if it wasn't so close to the final, Joe would have taken the risk to try and get with Lola. And you know what? I do believe it. I feel like Joey showed a lot of interest in Lola. For me personally, I feel like, you know, he tried to downplay how he was with her. But to be honest, he did 100% had interest in that girl and he flirted with that girl. So I do agree with Hugo on that one. Obviously, with Samantha was pissed and we had a bit of a blow up, guys. Like, no lies, okay? So Samantha voted for Joey and Jessy because she's saying, like, obviously, first of all, Samantha said that her decision was hard. Samantha, don't lie, babe. You know, from before you got into that villa, it was going to be Joey and Jessy. Like, come on. It was going to be Joey. Okay, we knew that from the get-go. But Samantha voted for Joey and Jessy because she also felt like Joey had a game plan. She was saying that Joey got into everybody's business. He had loads of opinion, which was a lot of people commented on that, to be honest with you. And they were right because people got so tired of Joey getting into a situation that did not involve him. So she felt like he had a game plan, and the way he dealt with her situation, obviously, because she mentioned that he told Grace that they were just friends, and obviously that was not the situation because he led her on and he told her that they were a strong couple. Now Joey clapped back saying, you know, he felt like they were just friends, they were in a friendship couple, which obviously upset Samantha because she looked like she was near tears. That girl, she was shaking and everything. But Joey maintained, like, saying, listen, it was always a friendship couple between us, there was no spark. Well, to be honest with you, I felt like there was no spark between Samantha and Joey. I said it, I even call them siblings. If you go back to those videos, I said that they were Love Island siblings because there were no spark whatsoever. But I felt like, even though it was obvious to me that there was no spark, I feel like Samantha did hold on to it. But then again, I feel like at the same time, Joey did kind of hold her as a placeholder. He did not make it completely obvious to her that they were not gonna actually be in anything, because there was some point he was asking her, how do you feel, are you happy? And she's like, yeah, I'm happy. And she asked him, how do you feel? He said he was happy. Now I do feel like Samantha knew deep down inside of her that there was an initial spark from Joey. I feel like she knew deep down that Joey did not feel that way. But I feel like when we have those feelings and when a guy that we like will say one thing and one thing that we want to hear, we will hold on to it. And I feel like that's what Joey did. Joey would say one thing when she would say, like, how do you feel, he would say that one thing and then she would think, okay, maybe he does like me. But I'm not gonna lie, I still feel like Samantha held on to the Joey situation, even though she felt deep down that there wasn't anything there. I felt like the fangirl in her kind of hoped that there would be something. That's what I actually feel. But I do think that there was a time that Joey did kind of showed a little bit of interest, and I think Samantha did hold on to that. Now, Reuben, I love Reuben. Do you know what? I love how Reuben is able to be mature in situations and not allow himself to rise, or should I say to stoop to Joey's level, because obviously he gave his opinion and he said the reason why I'm choosing Joey is because I feel like, you know, the lifestyle, Joey and Jess's lifestyle is so different. He's a lot busier and she might not be able to kind of like cope with that kind of lifestyle, or, you know, it might clash. But he also said a part of his reason is how Joey treats Jessy, because he feels like Joey puts her in a situation that she does not need to be in, and Joey basically, he's not respectful towards her. And I do think that he's right. Joey can be so like up his own arse that he doesn't realize that he needs to consider that he's actually in a couple with somebody that he claims to have feelings for. Because him in the games going at Grace a lot of times, even when that sports one where he kept saying that he knows that Grace has feelings for him, blah blah blah, he did not consider Jesse's feelings one bit. And it's plenty different occasions where he just chose to play up to his own ego than to actually consider her feelings. And I feel like that did come across disrespectful towards Jessy. But obviously Jessy is a ride or die, they say. Listen, sometimes ride or die to me is just bullshit, because I'm not gonna ride with somebody and die for somebody who's gonna disrespect me. No, we're not gonna do that. We ain't. Get somebody else to do it, okay? Get somebody else to do it. So there was no surprise that Joey did not take that very well. Joey was fuming and he was saying that Reuben is a hater, and obviously he's trying to bring up the whole Grace situation. And even in the After Sun, where he was saying that he still felt like Reuben was a hater because of the situation that he's in. Basically trying to say that him and Grace, you know what I'm saying? So it still comes back to the whole point that Joey does not like that Reuben is with Grace. That's really what it comes down to. So he's saying that obviously he disagrees with Reuben. He feels like Reuben is a hater, and all that kind of stuff. But to be honest with you, Reuben has been a gentleman, and Reuben had to give his opinion, and he said, listen, I still respect Joey. I just feel like he should have not been putting Jessy in those embarrassing situations. I do not agree with it. And you know what? I've always liked that about Reuben. I feel like his approach towards women is very respectful, and I do like that in a guy. I feel like it's a good trait to have. But anyway, so we had Manva. Manva gave the same exact reason for why he chose Joey and Jessy. He just feels like the lifestyle will just not match. I know Jessy got very annoyed about the whole point of everyone mentioning the lifestyle, but realistically, they were asked to give reason why they feel like it would not work on the outside. And obviously, Joey's life is a busy lifestyle. Like, will it work? Like, I don't know if it will. Because at the end of the day, I feel like Jessy is so up Joey's ass. Because even to the last minute, she's always like sticking up for him, defending him. But I'm just like, it comes to a point where, girl, like, listen, you know what I'm saying? Because these are things that's going to affect you further on. I do understand it can be frustrating when people say lifestyle, because if you are into somebody, and no matter how busy you are, you can make that time for other people. But we can see that already Joey's ego gets ahead of them as a couple and everything else. So she really needs to take that into consideration as well, instead of getting so defensive. Because she's like, obviously, she knew that they were going to be voted out because it's not about them as a couple. It's about people that has grudges towards Joey. And to be honest, yes, a lot of people held grudges towards Joey, but can you blame them? You know what I'm saying? You cannot blame them, because Joey is a toxic person and he got on a lot of people's nerves. And at the end of the day, that's what happens when you think that you the shit, but you're not even the fart. But anyways, guys, I like saying that. I don't even know why. But anyways, guys, so Sam gave his opinion, and obviously Sam said he felt like Joey was getting involved in people's couple too much. His opinions way too much, and he felt like he should have just focused on his couple and not be in everybody else's business. Obviously, Sam was the first person to be kicked out of the villa, and his reason for being kicked out is because Joey stole Samantha from him, so he got booted out. So Joey's saying, are you not taking this personal? Is it not because I So Samantha and you got dumped from the villa. I feel like it's kind of like full circle. That's what you're doing. But Sam is maintaining, listen, it has nothing to do with that. It's just from what I see. I feel like you and Jessy don't communicate very well. Plus, I feel like at the end of the day, you kept going into situations because you kept saying that you've left it and you won't be going back into those situations, but then you'd bring them up all the time. And obviously, he's talking about reference about the Mimi and Justin and the Ayo and Jessica thing. So I feel like that was kind of like Joey's downfall in a lot of things because people kept saying that. Because even Grace said the same thing. Grace was like, you know what? At the end of the day, like I felt like Joey was involved in too many things that did not concern him. And by doing so, he dragged Jessy in situation to fight battles because obviously she was taking Joey's side in a lot of things. And then she was left to fight battles that were never meant for her to fight anyway. She should have not had to fight those battles, and that was because of how Joey was so involved and opinionated in other people's couple, which he shouldn't really. So to be honest, everybody had a similar reason for voting Joey out, and I think, to be honest with you, I am glad. I don't care. Now I'm feeling like I'm glad that he did those things because at one point when I saw Ayo was getting some votes, I'm just like, darn it, I do not want Ayo and Jess to go because I wound up in the finals. I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit surprised by who voted for Ayo because I think Harriet did. I think it was 4 of them. So Harriet, Jess, Uma and Will, right? Now, Harriet, at first I was like, oh, I'm surprised about that. But then I really looked at it and I was like, nah, actually, you're not surprised because she wasn't going to vote for Joey because they got on well. Sean was like her male best friend in there. And then Mimi and her got on really well because Mimi was one of the only girls that had her back. So naturally, it became Ayo and Jessica. So I wasn't actually surprised when I actually clocked it. Uma, I never actually expected Uma to vote for Ayo and Jess. I don't know. But Uma's reason was she felt like when the situation with Ayo and Ayo's brother happened, she felt like Ayo did not reassure Jessica within that moment. She felt like he could have been a little bit more kind of like, you know, reassuring, supporting or comforting in that time. Do you know what? I feel like it's a hard thing. It's a sticky situation because even Jessica was saying, listen, the reason why I'm still here and saying is because of how Ayo treats me and how much she reassures me. Otherwise, I would have lost my mind. I feel like obviously there's things that he's doing, but we're not seeing. I honestly feel this. And I do feel like in his defense, I feel like he did try to reassure her the best way he could have. Yes, he might have not been the best at it, but at the end of the day, like I feel like he did kind of try. Will said the same thing, and Will was saying basically, obviously with his brothers know him more than anybody else. So obviously, if his brother thinks that there's still feelings for Mimi, then obviously he thinks that maybe there's still feelings that Ayo might have towards Mimi. Like I do feel like it's like around a circle because here's the thing, not because my family member thinks something doesn't mean that it's true, because you will have your own opinion, and your opinion, you might have a reason for your opinion, but your opinion can't be further away from the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that is kind of like, you know, but it's their opinion. It's their opinion at the end of the day. So it is what it is. But I feel like Will was just supporting Uma and their decision. I was surprised about Will because I feel like Will and Ayo had a relationship in there. So I feel like, you know, naturally I expected Will to have Ayo's back, but I think he obviously went with his girlfriend's opinion, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The other person that voted for him was Jess. And Jess was saying she felt like with the constant, there's going to be situations where Ayo will need to reassure, what's her name? Jessica. And she feels like it's going to be too much. And you know, whether he's going to be able to reassure her enough. Now, Ayo was saying, like, I disagree because I do reassure her quite a lot. And then Jess went, yes, but I don't think you should always have to. Which makes me realize that Jess wasn't saying it about Ayo. She was basically trying to say that Jessica needs constantly reassuring, and that will probably take a toll on the relationship on the outside, because to constantly having to reassure somebody is draining. And she is right, if you're constantly having to reassure somebody, it can be much for a person. But I honestly feel like the reason why Jessica needs reassurance in this case is because of the situation that happened. You know, I feel like it's going to be different on the outside, because with what that's happening and everybody in her ears, yes, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So it might make her come across clingy or constantly having a need for reassurance, but we have to take into consideration the situation that she's currently in. And I feel like the reason why she's behaving the way that she is purely because of that. But I feel like Jessica did take all the criticism as like a champ, like she always do. She always kind of takes it on the chin and she just moves on. But to be honest, guys, I feel like Ayo's brother really did throw him under the bus, and I'm sure he's probably at home thinking, damn it, I messed up, because he really did throw Ayo under the bus. I feel like maybe they would have still voted for Ayo, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like people would have not had this excuse to vote for Ayo. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he gave them an excuse, because Harriet said the same thing. She felt like, you know what? She likes Ayo and Jessica, but at the end of the day, she feels like because of what the brother says, she thinks that there might still be feelings for Mimi. And you know what? I honestly feel like, you know, them bringing it up constantly, they're trying to move on, regardless whether there's feelings there or not. Do you know what I mean? They're just trying to move on at this point. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's never going to be easy to hear somebody criticize your couple. Do you know what I'm saying? But anyways, guys, let's move on. So I think Matilda and Sean only had 2 votes. I was a bit surprised about that because of how Sean has been. But to be honest with you, at the same time, I guess Joey's behavior has been even worse. So, you know, when you have to go and get the kingpin, you just get him out of the way and then you'll focus on his little sidekick. So I'm glad they did kind of focus on Joey and got rid of Joey. But I think the 2 people that voted for Sean and Matilda was Ronnie and I think Omar. Now, obviously, Omar I can understand completely, because Omar was saying, listen, we were both getting to know Matilda, and I felt like you should have given Matilda to make her mind up and choose who she wanted to be with. And then he mentioned the fact that not only that, but Sean went to the Castle Mall and acted crazy. So I think that those reasons were completely valid. With Ronnie was saying like he knows Matilda on the outside, and he doesn't think that Sean is the kind of person that she would go for. He doesn't feel like he's her type. And he did also mention that he feels like Sean has been a little bit obsessed with the whole Ayo and Jessica situation and the Mimi and Josh situation. I was getting himself in arguments that he did not need to be. Do you know what I'm saying? Which obviously, I mean, I have to agree with. I really do. I don't think that Matilda is interested in Sean like that. I feel like he obviously said, I love you, and she couldn't bring herself to say it back. Even though we did hear her saying to the girls that I feel like I'm falling, I feel like sometimes the villain might intensify feelings. I don't feel like Matilda is interested in Sean like that. Do you know what I'm saying? I just don't know. I really don't know. I mean, they do talk and they do get on and they do talk about random different things, because you know, we hear her asking him, Sean, if you was a girl, what would your name be? Do you know what I'm saying? And Sean is like, Chanel. I mean, it could pass for Chanel. I'm not gonna lie, it could pass for Chanel. But you know what I'm saying? But I honestly feel like they don't have that. They don't have that chemistry. I just always look at it and think it's not mutual. It doesn't feel natural. It feels a little bit forced. Like, you know, let's put on a show to win. I feel like Sean might definitely have feelings there for her, but I don't feel like she feels the same way. I feel, for me, from the day dot, I feel like if she had the chance, she would have chosen Omar. And also, I felt like if Hugo had stayed, she would have chose Hugo as well. In the end, she would have left the whole situation with Sean and moved on to the whole Hugo thing. That's what I think. That is my opinion. Now, my girl Mimi and Josh did not get 1 vote. We are not surprised about that, because at the end of the day, Mimi has been a diamond. She's been very good with everyone that's been in the villa. She's been a friend. She's been there for people. She's just been that confident, somebody to talk to, and she's respectful. So I feel like there would be no one that's there having a bad thing to say about Mimi. Do you know what I'm saying? Even all the guys that's left, they've all said good things about Mimi. The girls, they've all said good things about Mimi. So at the end of the day, I'm not surprised. Plus, Josh is a nice guy himself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised that they didn't have 1 vote. I'm really hoping that this is a good sign and this means that they will get the winning votes. I hope. So guys, please, if you want Mimi and Josh to win, make sure you're voting for Mimi and Josh now. Please. Don't get me wrong. I do like seeing Kieran and Nicole, and I feel like her offering herself as a sacrifice to mend Ayo and Kieran's relationship. I think that was a selfless act on her part, and obviously that shows how much she cares about Kieran. Do you know what I'm saying? But I honestly feel like their journey has been too smooth sailing. I feel like there were times that Kieran would have wondered, but he decided to stay true. I feel like, you know, they didn't really get the test. Yes, he had to put up with Nicole, and Nicole going back and forth, and I guess that was his test. But realistically, Nicole didn't have that test. Not that they need a test, but I honestly feel like, you know, the couple that's been through the most deserves to have it. Do you know what I mean? Ayo, I know some of y'all gonna be like, not Ayo. Ayo and Jessica, I feel like they had to fight. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially Jessica, I feel like she had to fight. Mimi, obviously, she had to bring out the boxing glove in the end. And I feel like those are couples that genuinely deserves the winning as well. I do feel like, yes, the boyfriend and girlfriends, Kieran and Nicole, yes, they're boyfriend and girlfriends, but is it too easy? I feel like they've just been together from the start and it's smooth sailing. I know it's going to play out that they're going to win like this, but I just don't feel like they should win. I just don't know. I like them, but I just don't feel like they should win. Maybe I'm being biased. Some of you will say that I'm being biased because of the whole Mimi and Josh situation. But to be honest with you, I also feel like Jessica deserves it. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Mimi deserves it. I feel like Jessica deserves it as well. So I wouldn't even be mad. I don't think that Sean and Matilda should win ever. So I hope that they go next. I hope. And my prediction is it's gonna be Kieran and Nicole number 1, Mimi and Josh number 2, and then Ayo and Jessica number 3. Like, I do hope it was the other way around. You know what I'm saying? But let's see. We just have to wait and see. But guys, do your votes, do your votes, do your votes, right? I do love Mimi. I do love Mimi and Josh together. So we hear Josh asking Mimi, like, what is your favorite thing about me? And she was like, you know what? Your personality. I love your personality. I love that you're so similar to me. I like how you treat me and all that kind of stuff. So you know what? That's so cute. And I feel like it's good because I feel like Josh really does treat Mimi really well. He does. And do you know what? It's a shame because I was actually watching the After Sun, and even the way that Reuben speaks about Grace, I feel like, honestly, I hope they work. I don't know, because I still genuinely feel like Reuben is not Grace's type, but I really hope they work because he speaks so highly of her. Do you know what I'm saying? He really does speak very highly of her, I'm not gonna lie. But yes, guys, we got what we wanted, didn't we? We got Joey out of the villa. We got him out. We got him out. Do you know what? Joey is so far up his own rectum that even when he was voted out, right? And he asked to speak to Sean in the garden, I thought that they were going to show an actual proper apology. Joey was basically just trying to tell Sean, listen, I'm happy. I'm leaving. I'm happy. And it's okay. You're going to be okay. You don't need me anymore. I was just like, to be honest, he never actually needed you. You know what I'm saying? He never did. I just feel like Joey finds a way, even when it seems like there's no way. He finds a way to make everything about him. Everything. And you know what? With Jessy backing him all the way, I'm sorry if I have. Because even in After Sun, when Maya mentioned about Jessy moving in with Joey, Joey's like, moving in? He was literally like, moving in? No, I mean, she's coming to Essex. She's visiting Essex. She's not moving in. And I'm just like, I know she must be feeling some way about that reaction because she's like, oh, no, I'm not. We haven't really discussed it. But it's the way that he responded to it. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, we haven't really discussed it and stuff. Do you know what I mean? She's always sticking up for that man. She will ride and die with that man. But me? I'm not being no man's ride or die, honey. No. Do not put me in any situation where I have to die for you. I will ride with you, but I ain't gonna die for you because at the end of the day, you know, if I ride with you to die with you and then you survive, you're gonna find yourself somebody else. And I'm the only one going down 6 feet under. So no, honey, I'm not gonna be nobody ride or die. Not now, not then, not now, not ever. I'm not doing it. But anyways, guys, comment down below. Let me know how you feel about tonight's episode. Did it go the way you wanted it to go? Because it sure did for me. I'm happy Joey's gone. Ding dong, witch is gone. The wicked witch is gone. I'm glad. I'm happy. Because if I had to watch Joey one more time on my screens, I would have not been happy, okay? I would have not been happy. But anyways, guys, if you've gotten this far in the video, if you're still here at this point of the video and you haven't yet thumbs up the video, please go ahead, give the video a thumbs up. And if you're new to the girls channel, please, guys, subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so you get updated every single time I upload a new video. Guys, I am sweating. I am sweating. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. I can't take off my clothes because I'm going to get banned on YouTube. I can't take my clothes off, y'all. I can't do that to y'all because I can't afford to get banned for showing these babies. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go because it's obviously I'm too hot and getting to my brain. So, guys, please like, please subscribe, and I'll see y'all in tomorrow's video. But for now, keep it sassy-licious.